She walked quietly through the cobbled streets of Yorkshire, her steps firm but gentle, her gaze forward but never harsh. They called her Mrs. Mirza, a name that rolled off tongues politely but never truly touched the depth of who she was. To most, she was the widow who ran the corner bookshop and wore a faded blue shawl no matter the season. But what they didn't know was this: behind that shawl was a battlefield. And beneath it, a woman who had risen from its ashes. Years ago, Fatima Mirza had arrived in Britain with nothing but a suitcase and a silent dream. Her husband, a poet silenced by war, had died before he could set foot on this soil. Grief made her hollow at first. She would sit by the window of her council flat, sipping cold tea, wondering how to build a life on soil that didn't feel like hers. But then, something remarkable happened. She found a torn book in a charity shop, Jane Eyre. The spine broken, the pages fragile, yet the words fierce. "I am no bird. And no net ensnares me," she read aloud one night. That line struck her like thunder. That night, the woman in the blue shawl was no longer just a widow. She was a woman awakening. In time, Fatima opened a second-hand bookshop, the Phoenix Shelf. At first, it barely earned enough to cover rent, but that never troubled her. What mattered more was that the shop became a sanctuary for young girls. Girls who didn't look like magazine covers. Girls told their voices were too loud, too bossy, too much. Girls who had never seen their names in novels. She would hand them books not just with strong female leads, but with mirrors, stories where they could see themselves. Amina, who stammered when reading in class, found her voice in poetry. Sarah, who had dropped out of school after being bullied for her weight, started writing children's stories in Fatima's backroom. Fatima didn't teach them to be perfect. She taught them to be enough. And then, to be more. One rainy afternoon, a reporter came. She had heard whispers about the bookshop that changes girls. The woman in the blue shawl poured her tea and said gently, "It's not the books that change them, love. It's the moment they realize they're the author of their own life." The article went viral. And yet, Fatima remained the same blue shawl, same soft voice, same old kettle that always whistled a few seconds too long. Because her goal was never fame. It was freedom, for every girl told to shrink herself just to be liked. For every woman who thought she was too broken to begin again. Now, if you ever find yourself in Yorkshire and stumble upon a shop with handwritten notes on every book cover, go inside. If you're lucky, she'll be there. And if she hands you a book and smiles, know this: she's not just giving you a story. She's giving you permission to write your own.